Now here I am going to take an application of the circular motion, that is the circular motion of a car on level road. So here I have drawn the diagram for this. This is the circular path where the car takes a turn, because whenever we will take a sharp turn on the road, the path covered during the sharp turn will be the circular path. So if this is the curved path on the road and the car is taking a sharp turn, now we have to see what are the forces are involved in this case. First of all, see, this is the center of gravity, and from the center of gravity the weight of the car mg is acting vertically downward, and here we have a 4 tires. So this tire is called the inner tire and this is called the outer tire. So the reaction of the ground on this tire is R1 I have taken, and reaction of the ground on this tire, this is R2. So the same reaction you will observe at the tire at the back of this, and same reaction you will observe the tire at the back of this. So what will be the total reaction of the car? R is equal to R1 plus R2. This is the total reaction on the car. Now one more force is required here, that is the force of friction, because whenever the car is moving on a level road, that force of friction comes into play. So F1 I have considered the force of friction that is acting between the road and the tire and towards the center of the circular path. This is the circular path and this is the center. So F1 is the force which is acting inward on the inner tire, and F2 is the force of friction on the outer tire towards the center of the circular path. Now after that we are considering mu is the coefficient of friction and R is the total reaction of the car by the ground. So F1 we know that force of friction is equal to mu into R, so F1 is equal to mu R1, F2 is equal to mu R2. So what will be the total force of friction on the car? F is equal to F1 plus F2. F is equal to substitute the value mu R1 plus R2. We know that total force of friction we will consider F is equal to mu into R, because R1 plus R2 is equal to capital R. So here one more thing you are observing, since the car is balanced on the road, it means the downward force and the vertical upward force, that both will be equal and opposite to each other, because they are acting along the same line of action. So when the car is balanced on the road, it means this reaction and this weight both are equal and opposite. So that is why R is equal to R1 plus R2 will be equal to mg. So here in this formula R1 plus R2 I have substituted mg. So we have got this force of friction. Now there is a concept, since the force is directed towards the center of the circular path, so whatever the force is directed towards the center of the circular path, for in any case that force will be responsible for the centripetal force. So the force F is directed towards the center of the circular path, and this will give the necessary centripetal force. So now here I have taken, to take a sharp turn on the road, the maximum force of friction F must be equal or greater than the centripetal force. So this force of friction must be equal or greater than the centripetal force to take a car on a sharp turn on the road. Now substitute the value of force of friction mu mg and mv square upon r. So from here v square should be less than or equal to mu rg, because whenever you are going to take a sharp turn on the road, you must have a certain speed to take a sharp turn. So what is the required condition for a sharp turn? V square should be less than equal to mu rg. R is the radius of the circular path. So for the maximum speed, V max must be equal to under root of mu rg. So if the speed V max, if the speed of the car will be greater than this value, then what will happen? The car will skid and go off the road in a circle greater than the radius of the circular path. So when the car will take a sharp turn at a radius which is greater than the required radius of the circular path, it will go out of the path. So this is the required condition, that V max should be directly proportional to mu and V max should be directly proportional to R. So this is the required condition to take a sharp turn on the level road.